turn my music up, let it be heard. Wake my hood up, I'ma wake my city up. Yo, all my G's stand up and put it down for our city. Down for our city. Put it down for our city. Down for our city.
Coming down with the city lights, shining down when they can make it. I'll keep you underground under the city lights. Bitches, people wanna come around. Just put it down for the damn town, for the damn town. Coming down with the city lights, shining down when they can make it. I'll keep you underground under the city lights. Bitches, people wanna come around. Just put it down for the damn town, for the damn town. Trying to make a living of that shit, I keep on dreaming. Come on now, I got it all going on. I can hear you bitching. Got the hustle to the plan, to the goddamn devotion. Trying to be the motherfucker with the commotion. Shit rough right here, could lose it all any given moment. Been watching the game for the sidelines, so I'm focused. So much heart into this. So
It's
definitely annoying.
yeah. That is me.
What's up, guys? Hello. How's everybody doing? Maybe back in like August.
Cool.
Yeah, August or July or something like that. Crazy. Yeah, it's been a fat minute. Yeah, we appreciate that.
All right. Speaking of tech issues, my mic's been muted this whole damn time. So,
Oh my god.
welcome.
No, are you serious? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Hey, I did my personal stream yesterday and I was muted for 2 hours. Welcome to the LSG podcast, season 2.
Oh my god.
Intro's going to be a little shorter than the first time I did it. We're joined today by RadishKing. Street Rat and I were talking about how we haven't done a podcast in this format yet. Last one we did was in like August at Coral Sword. Things a little different,
Yeah.
tech issues. You guys just experienced that firsthand.
Yeah. Muted mics are
All this is going to get cut
No
out
worries.
of, if you're listening on Spotify, I'm going to cut out the 2 minutes before this where I was talking to myself. Season 2 of the LSG podcast officially starts today. Already tripped and fell on its face. Format's going to be a little different than the last 50 or so episodes we did. The first thing we want to accomplish is we're going to do episodes still on Houston Smash, Texas Smash in general, and then as relevant, the national scene, majors, if they ever come back, all that fun stuff. But we're also going to be launching a new series called VGC 101, where Lou, one of our sponsored Pokemon players, joins me and we take a deep dive into competitive Pokemon and just kind of explain it in a way that's easier to understand, because Pokemon's a game that has a lot of depth to it, a lot of complexities. So we're going to take a deep dive into that. And then hopefully we'll do some just general esports episodes, or episodes that we focus on esports as a whole. Maybe some story time, retrospective, speculation, Valorant, other titles. Who knows? Just kind of more of a free flow to it. Our first episode of that one is going to be the week after EGC 101. We're going to have Dojo and GNS and then Santi on.
Ultimate and Santi, my man.
Yeah, we're going to have a gathering of the boomers where we talk about MLG Dallas 2010. So,
Oh man,
strolling down memory
That's
lane from a
crazy.
decade
10
ago.
Years ago, I was 12 10 years ago.
I was 9.
We don't want to talk about that. I was 19.
Oh my god.
But
That's
anyway,
crazy.
back to today's topic, RadishKing. For the 2 people watching this that don't know who you are,
Oh my gosh.
who are you?
Sorry, someone's just knocked on my door. No, get out. I'm doing a podcast. It's my twin. I apologize. I'm RadishKing, sponsored by Spawn Point. I am a Luigi, Simon, and hopefully Dark Pit main. To be continued. I don't know if that's going to happen. I want it to happen. It's going to be awesome. I play in Houston. I don't know. That's it.
That's it.
Gus U of H as well. He's our number 1 player.
I do go to school.
Also, potentially, probably the best Luigi in Texas because there's not many Luigis.
I'm going to say something bad. This might be a little controversial, but aren't you the only good Luigi in Texas?
Definitely.
I like Mexi. He's the only. I think he's good. I play him in Ditto. He's good. I haven't played a lot of Luigis in other cities. That's a problem.
Yeah, and then Mexi hasn't. He's only really traveled to Houston. I haven't seen him go to anything besides both events or Houston events, and that's not a way to measure that. Well, and the same thing goes for Jason here, but he's also beaten Isman. He's also beaten Deluxe. He has multiple wins on Texas. Have you beaten
Shadow?
I've never beaten Shadow.
Never
He's
beaten
the
him.
only person in Houston I haven't beaten.
Yeah, but he has multiple Texas PR wins. Or people who were Texas PR at one point.
I could have swore you were taking a game off Shadow. Man.
I took a game, but our last set went to game 3. But no, I've only played him 2-3 times.
Gotcha. Let's talk a bit about your history with the scene, because you kind of last year, towards the end of the year, you came out of nowhere, did really well at a couple playing with fires. Everybody was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Wormy and Street Rat introduced me to you, and now you've kind of blown up. So let's talk a little bit about how do you feel about all that.
So it's a funny story. I did actually play Smash 4. There are a few people who knew me from Smash 4, like Jumbo. I've known Wormy since middle school. We're really good friends. So I knew him before Smash. I think Krebs probably knew me a little bit, but I went to 6 tournaments in the entirety of Smash 4. I still play Luigi. I wasn't super good. I think, I wasn't winning tournaments or anything. But then when Smash Ultimate came out, I was just playing it at my school, playing with my friends. I knew I was good. I would play with my brother, and we were both getting better together, basically. And the main reason I didn't go out to tournaments before the summer was just because it was my senior year of high school. I was busy. I was super involved in high school, so I had no free time at all. Yeah, but when summer rolled around, my boy Wormy, he was like, go to tournaments. I was like, gee, okay, fine. So I went to Playing with Fire, and I got 3rd. I was freaking out.
I remember that event
I was
because I said,
freaking out.
I think I sent a message in the LSG group chat asking who the hell you were, and Wormy was like, "Oh, that's my friend."
Yeah, what I loved about that tournament, my brother and I won doubles over Deluxe and Duo, who were both PR at the time. So with Luigi Gannon, it was so.
I remember playing against that too. It was so.
Oh yeah, that team is awesome. And
so
then
dumb.
I got 3rd. I beat BC. I beat Bonrin.
Beat Justin.
I did beat Justin. Justin beat me, but then I beat him in the reverse 3-0.
So a little bit of context there. At the time, BC was PR too. He was number 9 or 10.
Yeah. So I was
and then Justin was he was a serious threat to PR players at that time. He was beating everybody. He beat Razor. He beat, I don't remember who else he beat, but he was young blood, and everyone was like, "Oh, this guy's going."
There was a time when people like Mick Benedict were tweeting about how Not Justin was the best inkling in Texas.
Yeah,
there was hype around him being one of the best inklings in Texas, and Texas has some pretty good inklings with people like Burr and Dojo, and but he was Commander, yeah. So Not Justin was really hyped up at the time. Still has the potential to be phenomenal. He just doesn't really come out as much. But
I wish he
So
did.
your first tournament
Me too.
ultimate, you
Busy.
got 3 PR wins.
Yes. Actually, technically, no. Technically, I did go to a tournament winter break when the game first came out.
Okay.
And I got like 9th, didn't beat anybody. But I don't know if that counts. There wasn't a PR.
So
No
your
one was
first
good.
playing with fire.
Yeah, my first
Yeah.
real tournament, I'll say. I got
playing with
3rd.
fire was definitely like the best tournament in Houston.
Yeah.
It was always super stacked, like stupid stacked. It was like if you got wins there, like it was awesome. And like there was like I miss playing with fire so much.
Me too. Me too.
Like,
It's my
It's
favorite.
like everyone was just like everyone was watching the sets on stream. Like no matter what, the big projector and everything was like perfect. Like I remember my set with Shauna, like everyone was getting hyped, dude. I was like, shit, this is nerve wracking, dude. I haven't even done anything, you know. But,
I
like,
think
and to see like everyone was freaking out when you were playing too, like because everyone was watching at that point. Like nobody left early. I don't think. Not a lot of people did. I mean,
Nobody left
Some
early
people
when I was
did.
playing with fire. It's like it seemed like most
people
of the crowd would hang out.
yeah.
I think people who went like 0-2, some of them would leave. But that was really about it. Most people like stayed because Coral Sword was really cool. And then
Yeah.
everyone was like so hyped. The venue was awesome. I don't remember if this was my first playing with fire. It was either my first or my second where I got that clip on Bond. That's one of my favorite
remember
clips.
that. The
Where I
Bond dude-
John spiked him and then 0 to
He
death
popped
him.
off. Yeah, and he popped off.
I popped off. It was pretty funny.
I felt so bad for him. I was like, goddamn Luigi.
I felt a little bad, but that was good.
It was
But yeah.
whack.
Oh man.
I went to tournaments. I went to a good amount in the summer because I could. I was working then, but still. And then I was doing good.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
The scene's changed just a little bit the last couple months. PR has changed quite a bit. A lot of like the big names, Rashad's not on the PR anymore, Trella's not on the PR anymore, Razor's not on the PR
He's
anymore.
been long and gone. He's
Yeah.
like BC's on.
He took my money from Let's Settle This. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get married and never play this game again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
want
heard
to
he
settle
got
this?
married.
Got the
And then
best
just-
pop-off picture, like possibly ever.
Yeah.
Like if
That's
you haven't
amazing.
seen that, go to the LSG Instagram. There's a picture of Razor's pop-off. Shout outs to Tram, one of the best photos I think, like one of the best esports photos I've seen.
Yeah.
Excuse all the
That was a
bias
good- that
from
was a
my
good
event,
picture.
but
He won that over Grayson, who is now like, honestly, I think right now is probably like number 2 in Texas. I think, or he was on track to being like almost. I'm pretty sure number 1 in Texas until COVID happened.
right, Grayson's insane.
Dude. Yeah. His
And then-
run at Frostbite was pretty nice.
Yeah, 25th, I think. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then I think at the Let's Settle This, Rashad got 3rd, right? He lost to Grayson, I think, in losers.
He lost to Grayson in losers. I don't remember the placement exactly, but that was definitely a fun event. But Razor just
Yeah.
kind of took the prize pool and dipped.
Yeah, he actually did. That's crazy.
So that was July since he's been. I don't want to use the word relevant. Like relevant's the word that comes to mind, but since he's been active,
Yeah, that's definitely
because if he
I
wanted
don't
to come
care.
back, he would come back and be PR again, like
I think so
immediately.
too.
It was pretty crazy to me that both the best snakes in Texas, I would think, Avoid and Razor, kind of quit at like the same time. Like they took a break. Where I
Right.
think
Yeah.
Razor, he's I don't know if he
Maybe.
quit,
He
but he's
has-
gone.
yeah.
And then Rashad too, he kind of took a break. I didn't see him go to like anything for a good few months. I was like, what?
Like why?
It's crazy.
What's going on with
I don't know
everybody?
what's happening.
And
but
Shout outs to Kid. He just confirmed, yeah, Avoid lost 3 out of Grayson in losers finals.
thanks, Oscar.
where they took him to Big House, and that's when he beat him. He beat him at Big. Rashad beat Grayson at Big House. What kind of offense, dude? You go to an S2 tournament out of state and you play your fellow
in-state
like
kind of bracket demon.
Texas people.
Texan.
Yeah, that was so sad. You hate to see it.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
But the PR faces have changed. What are your guys' thoughts on the general skill level for the Houston PR? Like, if we took Houston PR now versus like peak Houston PR with Trella, Razor, Rashad, do you think the skill level is comparable, or do you think?
Sadly, no.
No, I think top 5 now. maybe even top 6 with Zion. Could definitely compete. But in the prime, like it'd probably be a wash. Like they still have Shadow. They still have Ismon.
Right.
They had Deluxe when he was playing. Rashad, like you said, Trella, Razor, BC, Duo, Tony, and like Henry.
Tony's.
Yeah.
Do you remember peak Tony when he was posting Donkey Kong clips like every day on the Houston Smash Ultimate group?
Yeah.
I kind of miss that timeline. We're gonna need you to step up, Street Rat, and start posting.
I got
Donkey
you.
Kong
I
clips.
got you. I'm trying.
Stream clips. This is how I think about the PR situation. Peak Houston PR, top 5, even top 6, including Deluxe, were all Texas PR. Like Trello's Texas, Ismon was Texas, Shadow was Texas, Avoid, and Razor. All Texas PR. Now it's just Shadow and Ismon. And no one else, I think, is like even close. I think I might be like a little close if I were to go to stuff.
Yeah, I think.
Have you ever been to an out of city event?
No.
I went to Austin once with my friends, and I went to a local there.
Was it Cityscape or was it any of their other locals?
No, it was a random local.
All right, quick.
But you played Waltz there, right?
I did play Waltz, but he lives there, so.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, I think well, no, Icewater Rick was there too, and I think Thunder Monkey. I think is he PR? He's PR. He was there, but I didn't play him. But his inkling was pretty good.
So quick shout outs to Joey for making Cityscape what it is. Because Cityscape is like, from a competitive point of view, the second best tournament in Texas right now. Like Shockwave obviously has the best competition. Cityscape, even though the production value is not quite there yet, the views aren't where it deserves to be. That tournament's phenomenal with the talent that it brings out. Joey's really done really good work with that.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of the Houston people like to go up there too.
I fucking love the Houston carpools. Cityscape. Gotta watch it every week.
Yeah, because like Ismon would go, Banjo would drive up with them. Carlos, Malachi, Shadow all went one time. Like you get like some of Houston's best over there, and then you see Ismon just win everything. It's awesome. I love it. I love seeing Ismon win.
Shout out to the boy.
Shout out to the boy.
We love Ismon.
Is that the timeline where Ismon's just the king of Texas?
Dude, I wish.
I love that him and Grayson are like neck and neck.
Yeah. They're super close.
I think this past season, like right before COVID, Ismon was kind of struggling, but it also was kind of
because he was playing
Frostbite.
Rob.
He didn't have his controller, and he's like dropping. The Frostbite thing made me so mad because I watched the set that he lost against the Falco. I was like, he shouldn't have lost. It was all the controller. I was so sad.
But then you go back to like a week or two ago. Before that was Super SFC2 where he beat Elegant. I think he beat Master Mario. Yeah, he did. He beat Master Mario and loses finals. And then he gets the Grayson into the Game 5 set. And he almost reset. You know, it could have been potentially like, it looked to me that it was going to be like a Game 10 set.
Yeah.
But like in Houston, the only person he's really struggled against was you, and then Shadow. Like against Shadow was really bad. His record was terrible this season. He like flipped from the last season, because like last season Ismo was up like 7-1, 7-2, something like that, and then this season Shadow was up the same amount.
It seemed like 2 seasons in a row where Ismon did really well against Shadow. And then this season, I was shocked when I saw the PR come out and he wasn't number 1. I was like, what happened? Then I went to the data and it was kind of shocking.
I'm not surprised Shadow's number 1, but it was weird. It was like Shadow was just beating him. And I remember at the SFC tournament where we had the award ceremony, the 2021, I was talking to Shadow, and he was like, "Oh my god, I don't want to play Ismon. It's so hard." And then he wins, and I was like, "What? Like,
no, Shadow's definitely stepped it up. I think what happened is his performance at Genesis like really boosted his confidence. 17th, like
an S tier.
Yeah, like I think what happened there was just like man, I'm a really good player. Like I can beat anyone. Beat it. Like he's not scared to play. I think, and that's really good for him because he was a phenomenal player.
Right.
I think, like you said, he was scared to play Ismon, and you shouldn't be scared to play anyone. You should just, you should be wanting to win, and that's it. Like, oh, let me just beat this guy. I know it's gonna be hard, but I shouldn't be afraid.
Yeah.
No, they've definitely stepped up. So we're gonna dive a little bit into the players. I think we covered Shadow and Ismon pretty well because it's obvious 1 and 2. Street Rat just spit out the reason why they're 1 and 2.
We know.
So we're gonna dive into you a little bit because you're number 3 on the PR.
Yes.
Personally, I see it. Like, you're a great player. You don't have as much experience as some of the other people in PR, but you still you have the results. There's a little bit of drama around your attendance, not attending all that many events. There was definitely the talk about, do you deserve to be number 3 on the PR? I wanted to get Street Rat. I wanted to get your perspective on it because you were part of the discussion. You were on the panel. What was your perspective on putting RadishKing 3rd?
Okay, so first off, let me talk about the attendance thing. COVID really just screwed everyone over. Like it sucks that we had to end the season like 2 weeks early. That gives if those 2 weeks were still available to players, that gives Radish another at least 10 tournaments to attend if he wanted to, right? But it sucks that happened, and I agreed. Like Victus made a good point that he could have attended tournaments earlier, and that's true. But we didn't set that right. Like we didn't set that maybe he should attend 2 per month instead of 6 in total. Like the season ended early, and if we had announced that the season was ending early, the last event's going to be NXL, I guarantee you 100%, which would be like, oh crap, let me go to something quick.
Right.
We announced it as the tournament was starting. Like that's not, to me, that wasn't fair. I think we failed as a PR to make this announcement. And then.
Sorry to interrupt. Your mic's kind of a little fuzzy. I don't know if it's the webcam mic, but.
Maybe. Hello. Do I sound better, or is it still
It's still a little fuzzy.
I'm not sure what's going on. Hold up, let me.
Welcome to Podcast on Discord, ladies and gentlemen, where we're muted for 2 minutes at the start.
Yeah. Was it doing it earlier, or did it just start doing it?
It was doing it earlier, but it wasn't as bad. But now it's kind of hard to understand. Yeah.
Maybe how do I sound now? If I just lean back a little.
It's clear. I know what you're saying now. It was not cutting out. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's just a little too close.
Yeah, maybe.
CB in YouTube chat says that we're all wrong. He's the best Luigi.
I believe it. I want to see it. Money match. Right now.
CB on YouTube.
I'm not sure who that is.
I feel bad. I don't know who that is.
All right. We'll do a first to 10 money match next Thursday. Streamed here.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. So back to Radish's ranking. The third. Was 3rd justified? Maybe he could have been 4th. I think Bonren had a really good season.
I think that's a really good transition. Fucking Bonren. The comeback goes from barely on the PR, not on the PR at all, and he's a fucking god again. Goes body Salem.
Destroys Salem.
Destroys Salem.
Yeah. And then,
he was not close.
And then he, compared to the rest of the PR, had the best record against Shadow. It was really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
To get a win off of Shadow in general was very hard this season because he didn't lose to anybody besides he lost to Ismon, he lost to Sai, and then he lost to Deluxe. He had 3 losses, I think, this entire season.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Deluxe is the only person that beat Ismon and Shadow, right? He was the only person with a win on both?
I don't think
Ismon played.
He beat Ismon.
There was one person. Was it Sai that had a win on both?
I think so. It might have been Sai.
There was one person on the PR.
Ismon win, yeah.
I think so. I think that might have happened.
I had notes with all this on it, and honestly, I lost them.
I have to check.
Yeah. But 3 or 4, it could have been either Radish, it could have been Bonren. If you flipped them, honestly, they were so very close to each other. Maybe Bonren should have been 3rd, but I mean, it's been decided. And even then, like I said, the season was cut short, and that sucks. But I definitely believe that like if Radish had gone to a tournament with Shadow or Ismon in attendance, he definitely could have gotten a win on either of them.
Right.
Right, but that's hypothetical, which isn't fair really. But that's just my outlook on it. And then but yeah, Modern just like I said, amazing season, a phenomenal season, dude. I think he's back. The Zelda buffs, I'm just like
The Zelda fucking
character.
god.
Yeah, like the Zelda buffs didn't change the character, but it definitely like let Bonner like explore the character more again. But he was trying to transition from Zelda to Joker, Zelda to Shulk, but he's back on Zelda now, and it's definitely paid like it's definitely been worth it,
Not personally, I love watching a Zelda. I always have before the buffs. Like
Yeah,
I thought one of the coolest
he's
things.
amazing.
I thought one of the coolest things about Houston.
Nice.
I thought one of the coolest things about Houston was our character diversity. And then
definitely.
Bonrin goes and starts playing Shulk and Joker. I'm like, no, please.
Don't do that. We need Zelda.
Like, and I respect it because like it is hard playing like a mid-tier character, low-tier character all the time. Like I understand the struggle and like wanting to pick like just a broken character. Let me pick someone who can come back whenever he wants with Arsene,
Right.
But then moving on to Deluxe.
Deluxe. So the main question I wanted to ask you guys about him, because Deluxe is, I think, undisputably right now, I think he's top 3 skill level wise. Like just pure ability and game knowledge, I think Deluxe is undisputably number 3 right behind Ismon and Shadow. Obviously, a PR doesn't rank skill level, it ranks your performance over the course of a season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the fact that his work schedule makes it difficult for him to attend events that aren't spawn point or are not on the southeast side of town, do you think that negatively impacts his 100%. Seasonal results?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, because like if you're playing against Rai every week, like okay, you beat Rai, but where's your win on Isman? Where's your win on Bonner? Where's your win on Shadow? Like he did get a win on Shadow, but it's only because Shadow drove down to spawn point. Like his sample size was very small. Like he would beat Malachite, he would beat RadishKing, he would beat me, but like those wins aren't amazing. Like Malachite's a good win because she's PR this season, but like me and Salt King, like while we're like top 20, top 25 players in Houston, that doesn't matter. Like you want your top 10 wins,
Mm.
And so like his sample size was super small. Like he didn't play against anybody. And I think that like for me, that's definitely gonna hold you back.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean he doesn't even get the chance. Just as you said, like how is he supposed to
prove it?
Get higher in the PR if he's not beating anyone.
If you can't prove it, then I don't see it. Like that's why Radish was so high, because even though he only attended like what was it, 4 events, he won 3 of them and got like top 5 at one of them, I think.
Yeah, I got 5th.
Yeah.
And my only losses the entire season were PR players.
Yeah, it was Shadow.
Which also helped. It was Shadow and Carlos. I did drop 1 set. It was a bracket reset to Cyanide. But I won the tournament still.
Yeah. And size number 6 on the PR.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like no bad losses.
Yeah.
And then
really good wins.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like your sample size, both sample sizes were small, but your sample size was definitely a lot better. Because like
yeah, all the good players.
Like if we both catch like 3 fish, but mine are ginormous and you feel like anchovies,
so
nobody cares.
So it's better to go to 4 events if the wins are relevant than go to 20 events, win them all, but have no notable wins.
I agree. Like people were arguing for Hobo Joe to be HM and like, oh, he's won tournaments and stuff. And then you go look at the tournaments and there's no one in attendance. Like there's no notable names. Like his best win this season was Carlos, and Carlos did not have like compared to last season, his season was not that great. Like it was an okay season.
Right.
That's just my opinion. That's how I see it.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. I don't agree with you should go to the least amount of tournaments as possible, which could be a little bit hypocritical because I didn't go to a lot. But I think you should go out more, and there should be more of a reward for people who do go out more. But just as you said, if you go out to a ton of tournaments and beat no one, you shouldn't be put over someone who's beating the best people, even though they only went to a few tournaments.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it definitely just depends on the sample size.
That's fair.
Thanks, Vincent. I'm your biggest fan.
I look forward.
Vincent.
I'm looking forward to our next full season.
Definitely.
Like
It's gonna be everyone's getting out of quarantine, everyone's playing. It's
2021 season 1.
You're gonna see Jumbo come out. You'll be like, huh?
Jumbo getting third at a Wi-Fi tournament. Like he's in the group chat saying, "No, I don't play anymore. I don't play anymore." And then
he's a Wi-Fi warrior. Like he's always
a Wi-Fi warrior.
He had that season where he popped off, but like before that he was a Wi-Fi warrior, and then afterwards.
Right. Shout out to Hugh.
Playing with him. What's up, Hugh?
If Hugh would have been PR if he could have brought enough events.
I agree.
That worked Smash Empire.
He went to Birthday Bash, and then like maybe one respawn.
He went to a respawn, but he only did the crew battle because he was in my crew because you weren't in the crew. You're supposed to be.
I'm sorry. I fell asleep.
Vincent
tired.
like he fell asleep because we knew.
I was asleep, man.
No, I mean Hugh talked to us about it. He was like he can either go to tournaments or focus on his YouTube channel. Like he can't do both. So like I know this season he was like, let me please the fans. And now with this whole COVID stuff, he's kind of
definitely I would definitely focus on the YouTube channel. Like if I can move from like obviously not this. If I can move over from competing to like focus more on YouTube with like streaming and stuff, I would love to do that. But at the same time, I love competing. I've made so many friends, so many connections, and it's been like a pleasure, dude. You know, like just meeting Tim, meeting Jason, meeting Hugh. Like I met Hugh. The 100K subs, whatever, millions of views on YouTube because I played this game.
So I didn't know who he was until Perry told me. I didn't know his YouTube channel existed until Perry told me.
Really?
And then I clicked on it like, what the fuck? These are gold.
Yeah. Bro, I remember when I first saw one of his videos, I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's hilarious.
Actually, Vincent, my friend, he's in the chat right now. He asked me to come to this crawfish festival. I was like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be free. Like, this is the second one that I'd gone to because the first one it was like single limb, and I got cheesed. It was in Smash 4, whatever. And then I go to this one, the second one. It's a lot better. And I play Hugh in Grand, and I had no idea it was him. I gave him that word, but I mean, he was so. And I still talk about it.
I still think
I'm just demon.
I still think one of the best memes that Houston Smash has is Captain Falcon, the Richter player.
I was so confused when I saw that. People would tell me, like, oh, that's Hugh. I was like, you're lying.
Because we just see Captain Falcon. It was like third place. Like
I was like, that number's. I said that name's stupid, but this guy's placing high. I was like, who is this guy?
I remember playing against him once too, and set was super close, and I was like, dude, I'm so mad. Like I said, it was Captain Falcon. Right? It was like abbreviated. I was like, man, I didn't play against Falcon, man. I was like, and then I was in a Richter, and I'm like, oh my god, Richter's Donkey Kong. I can't do this.
He said it was the big brain play. I was like,
It's
god.
kind of big brain, I'm not gonna lie.
He's lying. He's just lying. It's freaking Joker, and then he picks Samus. And what?
Yeah.
All right, but back on track just a little bit. Our next two players are my personal favorites. No bias whatsoever. The LSG boys. First, we'll start with Cyanide.
No bias.
So I love Cyanide. I have played him so much in Ultimate now, and every time we play, he's gotten better. It's terrifying.
Yeah. No,
when I first played him, he didn't know the Luigi matchup. He kept like full hop nair. I would up B him, he would die. And now when I play him, he like does an approach. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, he's
edge guarding. He's gotten so good.
He's so smart when he plays, and like he likes to explore other things. You know, like he plays chess a lot, and he's always looking for ways to improve in chess. And like I don't really see him compete. Like he doesn't talk about it. He only talks about like playing on his phone or like playing in person. So like imagine how he feels about Smash. It's like something that like he regularly attends. He has a lot of friends. He's super involved in the scene. Like obviously he's gonna want to get like amazing at the game.
His
dude
mindset
100% deserves the spot.
Yeah, like Oh, I don't know. This season what did he do? He beat Shadow. He has a win on Shadow. The pick was like 3-1. He got a win on Radish, which is really good. I'm pretty sure he got the win on Islam as well. And then he like didn't lose to anyone below him. Maybe
So-
like
Oh, he beat Hugh too.
Just a
And he was
quick,
PR at
yeah.
the time.
just a quick aside on that Shadow win. So, Sai's a part of LSG. He's in the group chat. He's a good personal friend of mine. He's somebody I talk to probably more than almost anybody in the scene. Like, I talk to him so much. So there was a set. I watched Shockwave. I watched like 5 or 6 tournaments a week, but Shockwave was one I never missed. And it was Eclipse versus Lima. I texted Sai like 5 times, like, hey, you need to watch this, you need to watch this, you need to watch this. He tunes in, he watches it, he fucking dissects it, he watches the VOD a couple times, he blows up my phone talking about how much he's learned about the Greninja versus Bayo matchup, saying he's gonna beat Shadow next time they play. That was on Wednesday and Thursday. We're talking about this. Wednesday we watched it, Thursday we're talking about it. Friday he goes to NXL, and what does the madman do? Gets a win on Shadow.
Like, dude is smart. Like, he is
yeah.
smart. The kid, he's amazing. Like, there's not much. I don't know what else to say. He's great. He's so good.
He 100% deserves a spot, and I think the only thing holding him back is he had like a few bad losses, I think, or just not high tournament placings.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just like because there was like some tournaments he would like not even get top 12 or something, but then he would win other tournaments. It's like kind of scattered.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
The man's insane. So good.
Do you guys think he's the best Grin in Texas?
Before him, it was High Bay, right?
Eclipse in Dallas.
Oh, Eclipse, duh. I don't know. I don't know Eclipse's results. He lives
Yeah, I
in
don't know
the
either.
He's DFWPR like top 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see
Right now.
that.
Okay.
I would probably say Eclipse because currently DFW is probably the strongest region in Texas, and for him
Yeah.
to be like top 5, I think he's like number 3, right? Like that's kind of a big deal.
Right. I think he's number 4. I think it's
It's top 5
Lima,
somewhere.
Grayson, Austin is top 3.
Oh, right, they're all there. Yeah.
I think he's 4.
What? Sai did something like really good this season. I don't know what it is. There
Sai,
has to
the
be- What did he do?
Who?
Sai. He did
only
something
person
like.
to get the Ismon.
No, I'm looking at the results right now. He didn't get a win on Isman, but he did something else. No, but what? I don't know what he did. I'm gonna look at the reasons.
I will come back to that. We're going to talk a little bit about my son.
Yeah.
My son,
Nico.
Nico.
Nico, when he came to, like, I'm going to tell the Nico origin stories. Nico went to some event, and Rashad happened to be there, and Rashad's like, holy fuck. We can say fuck now because we're not on the Coral Store Twitch. I hesitated, but we can say fuck.
Okay, I was like, I was trying not to curse earlier.
So Rashad goes, holy fuck, this kid is good. This kid is insane. And it was his first tournament. He got like 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
So Nico's only been competing for roughly 6 months-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a Wi-Fi warrior, but he's only been competing for about 6 months. So Rashad texted me and asked me if he can use his sponsored coverage for Playing with Fire for Nico. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. But sure, like let's get this kid to Playing with Fire. I'll introduce him to me. Let's talk. Let's see what he can do. So he comes to Playing with Fire. He gets like top 8. He does okay, but the kid has really good, like another really good mentality. Like he just has his wits about him. Is more mature than anyone his age that I've ever spoke to because he's young. I want to say he's 16.
I think he's 17 now.
He's 16 or 17.
He's a junior, right?
He's a junior in high school.
Yeah,
Right.
so he's that age.
He's a junior in high school, but
That age.
he has his wits about him, and he's more like cognizant than most kids his age. Like interacting with him, having a conversation with him, he was very mature for his age. He came out to a couple more events, and that's when I knew I had to sponsor him. So I scooped him up. Like he'd only been to like 3 events by the time I was talking to him and his parents about sponsoring him. Unfortunately, Final Saga got canceled. so we weren't able to send him to that. Hopefully this summer you'll see Nico at a national. We still have the flight credits. We're still funding him going to a major.
Yeah.
But obviously,
hopefully Low Tier City Expo like still goes off because like every year it's been getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And so I'm really hoping that like
if
he's able to attend that, and you too, Jason, you need to go to that if you can.
I will try my best. If COVID rolls over around July-ish, I think Low Tier City is going to be extremely huge because it's going to be like the first S tier where everyone comes back.
It's going to be so big.
Everyone's going to go to it. Like, it'll be ridiculous.
It's going to be the event.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for, because then it'll just be awesome.
Yeah, no, it was a great last time we went. It was awesome. I loved. We could have stayed for top 8, but even in the car, like on the drive home, me, Tim, Rashad, Wormy, and Sai were all getting just like, dude. I was like, dude, this is a great top 8 right now. It was, dude, and then Islam almost beat Sam. Islam beat Sam Sora. All right, I'm gonna say it. He beat Sam Sora. That's what happened.
He was up 2-0 and thought the series was over because the guy who was running the bracket told him that it was best of 3, and then Sam Sora sat back down and said, "No, it's a best of 5." And so they checked with the TO, and there was like a small break, and then Sam Sora reversed 3-0 down.
You know what that does to your mentality? Like, oh, shit, I have to be a top 5 player in the world again, like one more game. Like like at that point, like, oh man.
You feel that relief, like, holy fuck, I did it. I beat Sam Sora, and then it's like, just kidding. You got to play him 3 more times.
And then Sam Sora's thinking, oh man, I have a chance. I can do this. I can bring this back.
But
that sucks.
Against them.
Back on the Nico topic a little bit. My spicy take on this whole PR is I think Nico has the most potential of any player in Texas. Any player in Texas. I think Nico doesn't have the results right now, isn't the best player right now skill-wise, but I think he has the potential to be the best player in Texas.
So potential-wise, I would probably agree with you because I think most of our top plays, like the Isman and the Shadow, they've already gotten like most of their potential. They're already there, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Nico, he's still just getting started. Every time I see him, he's adapting, he's learning, he works hard. He's taking the notes. He always asks like tips, give me tips. It's like stuff like that. So I can definitely agree with that. I see that.
I still think it's Isman. I think Isman has crazy potential. I think Frostbite was just like super unfortunate for him. And then, dude, I don't know. Like, if you look at Smash 4, like, he was competing then, but he didn't really do anything. He was like PR in Houston, maybe like up to like 8 or 10, I think. I don't know. But like now he's like consistently top 3, top 4 in Texas.
Right.
Like, that says a lot.
My 4 players to watch in Texas. Grayson, Isman, Nico, and Radish. If he ever gets out of Houston, you got to get the fuck out of Houston.
Yeah,
but if you ever go anywhere,
I'm poor.
It's hard for sure.
If you ever go anywhere, like, because you got to think about, like, we're talking about sample sizes earlier. The sample size that you've been exposed to is so small, and you're performing well against them. If you could get exposed to bigger, better things, I think your skill level will grow, and you'll be a contender.
That's what I would want. That sounds awesome. It's just a money and time problem because I have like no money to go out and do these things, like buy a plane ticket, all this stuff. Like that's a lot of money. I'm in college.
You're a full-time student.
Yeah, it's tough. I have to put all my money to college. I'm basically paying my way through college, and I'm also involved on campus a lot. Like I have a job. I'm in a lot of like just clubs, like choir and stuff. So it's like I don't have as much free time either. So it's like it's hard. But I definitely want to. And like if I get the opportunity, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You will.
I don't know if I would do super well just because there's a lot of character matchups I don't know, just people. But I think it would be a great experience and it would help make me better.
I think
it's the experience. That's what matters.
Yeah, I think it's supernatural. Like the best players even go to their first like out of city event and bust her out.
Definitely.
Like, it's normal to go to another scene and see a matchup you're not familiar with or a player that you don't know and lose to them even though you might have higher potential or even a higher skill level.
Right. That's the game.
But our next person on Houston PR, number 8?
7?
8.
I can't count.
Is it INC? Is it Inc?
It's INC. It's INC.
Yeah. I say
INC.
Inc.
Okay.
Because
So
I think it's
in
in the name of Christ, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But it's an acronym.
Very religious. I had no idea.
another new gen.
Parker told us. I was like, what?
Another new gen.
Mhm.
Again, goes to mostly events on the north side. Like I've seen about one playing with fire, I think, before playing with fire went away. Do you think it kind of has the deluxe effect, where you're only attending one tournament with one group of people, even though it's, maybe you could argue it's slightly higher competition because he plays duo every week.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks, is that like compared to like the south. Here's the thing: all like the really good players live on the north side of Houston. There was like Avoid lived southeast, and then so does Deluxe, but like in Bonner. But like Shadow, Ismon, Radesh kind of live. Where do you live? You stay on campus, so like.
Normally. Right now I'm in Sugarland, so I think that's somewhere south somewhere.
Southwest.
West? Yeah.
Southwest, yeah.
I know Cyanide's actually close to me.
Southwest has Psy, Wormy.
Wormy.
Psy, Wormy, Nico.
Nico? Really?
Nico's and Katie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Valentine's also southeast. So like
Southwest has Salt King too.
The thing is like Ink, I guess you could say he lucked out, and he has duo, and he has Ismon to play against like every week, because Ismon would also attend Godlike regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And he got his wins on Ismon. He got 2 wins on him, So like, yeah, it's still a small sample size, but it's like I said with the position, it's a bigger sample size. It's like he was positive on duo for a while, and then I think duo just like stepped up her game, and then ended up being like 4-3 over her, 4-3 over INC.
Okay.
So for me with INC, he's one of my favorite people to play and watch. I think his Joker play, his tech skill is a lot higher than most people in Houston that I see, and his movement is crazy. I don't know what happens, but he loses. And honestly, when I see him, I don't understand how he loses, because I see him and I'm like, this guy's insane. Like, this guy's so good.
He's a lab rat. He's that guy that spends 12 hours in the training room because he doesn't have anybody to play against.
Yeah. But I would definitely agree that going to Godlike definitely hurts him. If he was able to go to a lot more stuff, I think he'd be really high on the PR.
Yeah, he went to like a couple SFCs.
Yeah,
I think something like that. He's also like 4-1 on. Was it 4-1 on Malachi?
Oh god.
I saw him lose to Malachi, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was just one. It was 4-1.
But yeah, he's really good, and he definitely also has a lot of potential. I think a lot of the people on the PR, and even not on the PR in Houston, still have like infancy stage, as I'll call it.
Right.
They're just getting started, and they're already like really good.
See,
so I think Houston
Nico,
can get up there.
INC, Nico, and Malachi are the 3 that I would say have like the most room to grow. Like, are the least developed talents. Even though Malachi, like, because of her PM experience, I would put her a little above the other 2 as far as development
experience wise.
But our next player, Duo, we talked about her a little bit. Returned to form. Previously been on the PR before. She was on the PR we talked about that was stacked with all the goats.
She was like number 6, 5?
Yeah, something like that.
She was pretty high up there.
She was up there. Shout outs to the fucking sweet spot. Her, Bonrin.
Oh
Deluxe,
I miss sweet
spots. Every single Thursday.
Awesome.
Like, we didn't have
one of those.
crazy turnout. It was on a Thursday, but the 30 to 50 players we got, like, it was hype every week. I loved hosting that event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she was a regular there and had great wins at that time. And then this season, she's back to form.
Yeah, she had really good season. She had some really good wins. Like, she only won one game against Ismon. It was 1-4. Lost to Radish, but it was only in one set. So that's another really good win that Radish has. She was 4-3 over Inc. or INC as previously mentioned, and then 4-2 over Cyanide. Cyanide, I don't know what it is. He really struggled against her. And towards the end of the season, I think he picked it up again. Or I think it was flip, something like that. I remember just like it would be like destruction, and then one of them adapted super hard. And then has a win on Bondren, 2-0 over Nico, which is I think that's really good. And then 1-5 against Malachite. Duo despises Snake. Like she hates that character. She thinks it's I don't know what it is, but like she just always complains about the character.
Yeah. When I saw Duo like this season, the beginning of the season, she wasn't doing like a whole lot. I didn't see her like place really well, but like mid-February, I think is when it was. I would see Duo like top 3, winning tournaments, like beating people she had previously been losing to for months, and I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
She just stepped up her game, which was really cool. It's sad that she had to move,
Right.
but it was really cool to see her just like the comeback. Basically, and Bondren style, but not as big.
Not at the same level as Bondren.
Bondren's crazy. Bondren's crazy.
It's definitely there. It was definitely there. Also, yeah, the thing that held her back so much, like those, like she had like you haven't heard the wins I mentioned, but she would just like bust her. Like she would just lose to someone so random. It was so weird. Like it didn't make any sense. I'm like, why did you lose to that person? Like one time she lost to a person named Kool-Aid Man. Like no respect to the player, but like he was I remember playing against him. He was new. Like I could tell he was new. Like it felt like he was a new player in the scene, and she lost to him. And I was like, but let me rephrase. Not new as in like Nico. Like Nico came into the scene like with amazing results. You know, for a new player. Like this guy was like 1-2, maybe 2-2 at best, but usually like a 1-2 player. And so, like, I was like, why are you losing to those people? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
According to my brother, Link is a very non-consistent character. So
your brother's tag is my boy Brad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
He needs to come out more. You need to like
duct
tape him, throw him in your cock trunk, and take him to an event.
Yeah, he's a PM player. He's number 5 on the Houston PM. So he definitely likes PM a lot more. He used to play Melee, but I don't think he plays it anymore. He definitely puts PM over Ultimate, but he is planning to, like, he goes to Sam Houston, and he's planning on joining their collegiate team, but I know he told me they're not, like, super good. Like, he said that he's their best player, but, I mean, he beat their top player, so he was like, yeah. But, I want him to come out more. But the main problem was he didn't live here. Duh, he wasn't in Houston.
Yeah,
because he went to A&M and he lived up in College Station. Now he goes to Sam Houston and he lives in Huntsville. So he's only here for the holidays.
Yeah, didn't he go to SFC at Coral Sword?
He what?
Didn't your brother go to? Wasn't SFC at Coral Sword that he went to? Right before they stopped posting.
When he beat Iswan, or
yeah, wasn't that at SFC?
No, that was at Game Guys. It was SFC, but it was at Game Guys.
Okay. So it was right after.
I lost to Vince T. I was like, what? And then he's beating everybody.
No, I watched. I remember watching his run and being like, what the fuck? Like, he's come to my. I know who he is. Like, I've met him a couple times. I've seen him play a couple times. Like, it wasn't like it's a complete new name, but it wasn't a name you expected to make that run.
Yeah. I always think he's the best Link in Houston. But sometimes I would see him lose to random people. I'm like, what? It's the same thing. I was like, what the heck? But
man, that Link being inconsistent that's fake news, dude. They consistently narrow my shield, and I can't do anything about it. I don't believe it.
Link Nair is dumb.
Young Link Nair is even more dumb.
Yes.
Young Link Nair is like tremendously better than adult Link Nair.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, it has better frame data. It has a bigger hitbox.
And it kills stupid early.
Yep. Someone doesn't like it. No,
right.
I'm not a fan either.
So from Link to Snake, we got Perry Smith from Facebook, Malachi.
The Perry Smith.
Let's go, Malachi.
So there was a little bit of drama last season about her being left off PR, which I would have argued that last season's performance from Malachite was better than this season's performance.
I agree.
Last season, like I've said it on Twitter, I've said it on Facebook, I've said it everywhere else. May as well say it here too. Last season she was robbed.
100%.
But this season she's had some. I called Street Rat a bad loss before.
Oh,
dude.
She lost to Street Rat and Salt King in the same tournament, and nothing against either of those. But for a PR level player, and when you're on the cusp of PR, when you don't quite have the wins to be top 5, and you have those losses,
that's gonna hurt.
It's rough. You're taking a hit from it. Do you guys?
You're losing to top 20 plays instead of top 10.
Exactly. Do you guys think she struggles with consistency? Do you think it was just a one-off event? Like she has a couple other losses too. Nothing quite as notable as that event, but what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, like last season, like she had like a 1 month, 2 month period where she was just like, I wouldn't say dominated, but she was doing phenomenal, like top 3 placings, right, at everything. Like she wasn't like really winning everything, but she was super duper close. Like she had wins on Shadow, had wins on what's his name, Cheeks, I think. She had like some Texas or Giddy. She had to win on. I don't know. She just had like really good wins last season. And
she had wins on Sai. She had wins on Nico. Like
yeah,
I remember I would get nervous when the LSG boys had to play her last season.
Yeah, like
I
she
would
was
get concerned.
She was and then towards the end she like lost to like Puppet, who's like that's a really random loss. Like why are you losing to that person? But like I mean that's only one tournament, right? Like she had like 3 bad tournaments last season compared to like the rest of the season where it was amazing. And then this season, she did okay. I think she had some really good SFC runs. Respawn, I somehow became her demon towards the end of it. Like I remember the first one I played, there was one time we played, and she beat me on that. You know, like I was trying out Donkey Kong Snake. I was like, I can do this. I did it. You know, whatever. I wasn't upset. And the next time we played, when was it? I think it was losers semis. No, losers finals. It was just a fight. And I threw it over. You know, like I just did it. And then the next time I go to a respawn, we play in winners quarters, winners semis, I believe. And I two over her. You know, like she tried switching the Chroma. I just, you know, I popped her. Right. And then we went into finals, and then she adapted. She adapted super. It was game 5. I still won, but like it was game 5 compared to like the last 2 sets where I beat. I took 5 games in a row. She adapted super hard. So do you think she struggles with consistency? Sometimes, yeah, but like she definitely has the ability to like do like amazing things. I think she sometimes. I've noticed, like, I rewatched her sets, like, sometimes her controller's messed up, and I know that's a John, whatever is an excuse, but, like, I can see it. And then sometimes I feel like she doesn't have, like, the motivation to, like, really try, which I think, like, you know, that comes at a cost, obviously, you know, that's going to mess with your results. I'm not sure why. Like, if you're going to compete, I feel like you should always try to be, like, your best. Yeah, sometimes you have, like, bad days, but I feel like she struggles with that more than most people. But when she's playing her A game, like she's a serious threat. Like it's scary to play against her.
So, my opinion on Malachite is kind of weird. So I'm trying to remember who was number 10 last season was Cyanide, and then Carlos, and then right. So I didn't really think Malachite was robbed, only because I didn't really look at the data. So obviously, but my experience playing her, I feel bad, but every time I play her, I like destroy her. Probably because of my Snake experience, but like, to me, at least against me, she doesn't change anything. I don't know. So I've never thought, like, I've seen her have good wins, and I'm like, okay, she's obviously doing something. Like at Super SFC, I lost to Commander, and then she beat him. I was like, what? But then I play her, and it's like, I don't know. It just maybe she's just bad at the Luigi matchup. But
she is. I think she struggles with like the patience. Like she'll just run up to you and like try to up tilt you. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, or dash attack, and I'm like, no, don't dash attack.
Yeah,
it's so sad. But I definitely think Malachite should be number 10. I've seen her play basically everyone else who would have been contention for PR, and she bodies them, and she has the good placings, and it's like, yeah. So she definitely deserves to be there, but I think she struggles with adapting and changing. If she really has to change her play style, it's really hard for her to do so. Like, she has that one play style, she always wants to run with it.
I agree.
But
I will say, I think the biggest reason I say she was robbed last season, I think there were players on the PR last season due to, I don't know if you want to say it's the panel, if you want to say it's the criteria that was laid out. There were players on the PR last season that personally I don't think should have even been considered PR due to their level of activity. There were guys 100%.
Like Trilla.
Trilla. Like, I love Trilla.
Tournaments.
The absolute fucking GOAT of Houston, maybe even Texas. He's amazing. Nobody's doubting his skill, but like we said about the Lex earlier, like, PR is not a ranking of skill level. It's a ranking of your performance that season in Houston.
Yeah, that was the thing. I was like, what? Like, I remember people texted me as soon as the PR came out, said, you should have been number 3. I was like,
I agree.
I was like, whatever. But yeah, Trilla being on the PR, I do think was definitely dumb, because he went to 2 locals and then 2 majors, and they put the majors into Houston PR, which you shouldn't do.
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely take into consideration, like we did that for Bondren, but they should be, so what it should be local, and then regional, and then like out of state, like in that order, you know, on how important things are.
Right.
It was kind of dumb. And then I know Jumbo didn't want to be on the PR either, but I do think he should have been on it.
Attendance was so front loaded. That's the only problem I have. Like, I don't agree with people that are saying. So we're gonna kind of, just so you guys know, we're gonna cover a couple of things in the second half of the script, the outline. We're kind of just gonna blitz them in there because we're running a little short on time. We're just gonna kind of concise it. This will be part of it. Jumbo's attendance was pretty front loaded, right? So the tournaments he went to, like, he undisputedly did really well. Jumbo's another one of those players that he's undoubtedly skilled enough to be Houston PR. Like, he's without a doubt top 10 players skill wise in Houston.
100%.
But he doesn't go to events. Like, and keep in mind, he is a LSG player. He is part of LSG. Like, it doesn't matter if he's active or not. And as the owner of the org, I'm saying my player should not have been on last season's PR because of his attendance.
Wait, can you repeat that? You kind of cut out.
I think it's cutting out on Discord, but it shows good on. I have some noise filtering thing on Discord, but the YouTube audio should be good. I was saying, as the owner of an org that sponsors Jumbo, I still don't agree with him being on a PR for last season. I think attendance. I don't agree with people saying that you should have to attend X number of tournaments per week or per 2 weeks. I think that's a little ridiculous, but I think that results towards the middle and end of the season should be weighted slightly heavier, in that if you don't attend any events after a certain date, I don't think it should, like, if you only went to the bare minimum and you did it all in the first half of the tournament, I don't think that's as relevant as if you only go to 4 events and they're in the last half of the tournament or last half of the time period.
No, the season.
So essentially, like, first half is like whatever. Second half is like when things like.
Second half is where people that really care about PR are gonna crunch. Like, that's when people are gonna grind heavy. That's when people are. That's when people are gonna go. Like, that's when people are gonna go to more events, and I think.
Right.
Unless the tournaments you go to in the first half of the season are insanely stacked and you get 12 Ismon wins and 6 Shadow PR wins, like, I don't think it's as relevant getting mediocre wins during. Again, that might sound harsh saying mediocre wins, but I don't think when you're looking at people that have similar wins, I think wins later in the season are more impressive than wins early in the season due to motivation, due to
That's fair.
stamina.
No, honestly, I agree with that.
Like you look at Ismon during SFC, right? Or SFC, the last SFC of the season, for last season, and he was on a tournament winning streak. He had won every tournament he had attended that week, and he wanted to keep that streak going. And then me, and then my boy Brad, we stopped that. We decided, I didn't want to. Obviously, that's my boy. I love this one. I want him to succeed. But I got that win, right? And like to Ismail, he was like, man, I really wanted to like just even it was already he was number one. Like he was gonna be number one if he got fifth place that tournament. Nobody cares. He was gonna be number one.
Right.
But even then, like you could still see like shit. Like I want to try. I have 1 week to do this. Let me do it. And then and like I don't know. That's just how I see it too. I see what you're saying.
Like, if the wins are quality enough to prove me wrong, like by all means, I'm wrong. But
yeah,
if your wins are similar to other people's wins, I think wins later in the season are more impressive. I think
so. Yeah, because that's when people have gotten better. They've gotten more experience.
That's fair. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yep. So I wanted to get a little bit of your all's feedback on how PR was handled this time versus seasons in the past, because Avoid was handling it this season. I just wanted to get an insider perspective from Street Rat and kind of like an outsider's perspective from Radish.
Okay, should I go? Yeah, I'll go first because I obviously don't know as much. But I was actually really happy when Rashad took charge because he is kind of like a big head in the scene. Everyone knows him. Everyone knows him. He's a great guy. So when I saw it and how they were planning on running it, I thought it was going to go really well. I liked most of the people on the panel. I was like, okay, this should be like pretty good debate. I didn't see any problems that would happen. And honestly, I think it would have stayed that way. It was just COVID that messed everything up.
I agree.
Honestly, I think everything would have gone really smoothly. Like PR probably would have been pretty easy to discuss, like no real big problems. It was just COVID messed up everything. And then all their plans they had with the attendance and everything got messed up. So then they were like, how do we fix this? Oh, let's change it to 5 tournaments. Oh, just kidding. Let's change it to 4. And then people were like, oh, you're just trying to help RadishKing. But it's like, oh, it was a big problem. I have some defense in that, by the way, but it doesn't matter. But it was like, yeah, honestly, I think it would have been fine, but it was just the whole COVID situation.
Yeah, and like people just don't realize that. Like people were thinking, like, "Oh man, this is ranked terribly" and stuff like that. I'm busy. Hold up, I'm almost done. Sorry. And I was like, "No, dude. Like, what do you want from us? We're not. None of us perfect. Like, I don't know." And then going back to what you said about Rashad, like, not even only in Houston do people know Rashad, but like within all of Texas, people know Rashad, and even outside of Texas, people know Rashad. So like, he has definitely like a bunch of like he has a large reputation.
The one thing I'll say about Rashad is without him, LSG wouldn't be what it is. Like, he's the glue that holds, in my opinion, he's the glue that holds LSG together. Like, he's definitely, if I have questions or doubts or like not sure what the hell to do, he's the guy that I'm going to. Like, he's the guy that I'm saying, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. I don't know how to handle this situation. What are your thoughts? Like, he's the first person I'd go to with any of that. He's developed his reputation in the scene as a leader. Like, he was a big part of playing with Fire. He's a big part of SS. Like,
SS, baby.
Nobody.
SS.
The reason, like, so Avoid was the first player we signed. Yeah. And a big part of that was because no one has anything bad to say about him. Like,
yeah.
I talked to 15, 20 different people in the scene before I met Rashad, and no one had any, like, negative feedback about Rashad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many people in the community can you say that about?
Not a lot.
Not a lot, yeah.
There's always drama with Smash.
There's always stupid, needless drama.
It's so annoying. Oh, jeez.
So real quick, last thing before we wrap this up. What are some changes you guys would like to see, assuming next season happens?
So, PR panel-wise, I would actually... I've heard about this. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But if PK took charge, I would love that. Because I've seen him run tournaments, online stuff, anything to do with Smash. He's one of the most hardworking people and most dedicated people I've ever seen do this stuff. Like, he takes it to heart. and he will listen to everything you have to say. He's like, what do I need to fix? He's like taking notes. He's fixing it.
Yeah.
He cares so much about the scene and about how everything gets done. And if it's not above perfect, he will try his hardest to get there.
Yeah.
So I think if he were to be put in charge, I think that would be amazing.
I think
Parker did so much for the discussions.
Yeah,
last
100%.
season.
Like,
When those were made public, I sifted. Like, I didn't go down and read everything, but I looked at every thread, and just his activity, his civility, and just the way he discussed things, he stood out to me probably more than anybody else on the panel this season. Just, and from my interactions with him, like, he's just a genuine good guy. Like, he's genuine, he's hardworking, he's honest, he's transparent. Like, what more do you want from somebody leading a PR panel?
Exactly. So I think he would be the pick.
Parker's amazing, and if not him, then I think this season, him, Castle were like on top of things. Like, Castle was always trying to, start up discussion. Same thing with Parker. They were always like going back. They would piggyback off each other. They always had something to say, and I really liked that from both of them. The rest of the PR, like the panel, there were some people who like didn't say anything, and that's like really frustrating because we're trying to make this like as accurate as possible. Like there were some times where I would just talk to She's man Isaac, I would just talk to him like about it. I don't really gotta talk to Parker. Like we're in the school crew together. Like we're UH boys,
Princess.
Yeah, princess. But like besides that, like I really just. I kind of tried to start a discussion about like rankings and stuff, but like it didn't really happen, and that was kind of frustrating. And like people ask like they want like new panel members like every season. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not saying that like keep me up, whatever. No, it's not that. It's just want consistency, and like even if it's obviously like if it's a poor panel, we can change that. We can change some members, but the people who are actually trying, like I said, Castle and Parker, they should stay on. I think they should.
100%.
Unless they don't want to.
I think
that's just how I feel about it.
I think Danny and Carlos brought forth a bunch of really quality discussion too, going back and reading everything.
Yeah.
I think those two did a really good job at voicing their opinion, and I feel like I would have struggled more with being biased than Carlos did. Like, if I was in Carlos' position, I definitely would have been a little more biased than he was, and I think he did a really good job at not being.
Yeah, he definitely did a good job. It's kind of hard when you have someone who's PR level on the panel, but like you said, I think he did an excellent job. He wasn't really biased.
And I think it's necessary to have someone either PR level or on the cusp of PR level, because I think they do a good job at gauging the quality of a performance. Like, they do a better job than others at gauging how bad is that loss really, or how good is that win really. Like, differentiating between two really close players. I think players of Carlos's level do a better job of that than someone like I would.
Yeah, like we were talking about it in the chat. Like, INC thought that he should have been hired and signed, and I was like, dude, like, okay, I know that you had really good records this season. I guess like even good tournament placings. But like, Sai is one of the only, 3 or 4 people to beat Shadow this season. You don't understand like how impressive that is. Like that goes so far. Like, imagine like if Radish had been Shadow this season, he would like undisputed would have been like third. I think personally. Like, having only one win, and the same thing with Bonner. Bonner had 3 wins on Shadow. Nobody else did that. That's why he was considered for third or fourth. Like, that's so hard to do. And I like some people just don't understand that,
Yeah.
So, with all the uncertainty in the air, it's really hard to get too deep into next season and speculation and all that stuff. Normally, like, I would love to sit and have a discussion about who's going to level up. But since we're all stuck in our homes playing Wi-Fi, I think we're all going to, like... everybody's going to come back for the first tournament, and they're going to be worse. Like, I don't think that's...
Yeah.
Like, people that don't have a family member that's really high level are going to be worse. Because who are you going to play? Like, you going to play Samus or Zelda on Wi-Fi for 10 hours a day? Like,
Bomber's going to have it rough.
Bomber's going to pick up so many bad habits from just winning
to Samus?
Yeah, like Wi-Fi really does like counter your brain. Honestly, playing like elite, even like not elite smash, but the other arenas, even then, they're like you can't learn that much, you know?
Well, just
Yeah.
the inputs are different. Like the game
Yeah.
feels so different
It's tough.
that like I don't think it's valuable practice. Like I almost think it'd be
I
better
agree.
not to play Smash right now. And
I think you can definitely like go to training mode and stuff and just practice like tech skill or like
right.
practice like new combos or like just learn something new about your character. But playing online, it like you said, different inputs. It feels wrong.
If you wanted to
make
lab
you
a new
better
character
player.
though, if somebody wanted to switch mains, you got
It could help you a little bit,
you
but
got like
yeah,
2 months to lab everything.
Yeah, you're gonna need to lab. Online's not gonna help you a whole lot.
Like all you learn is like combos, and half the time they're true. Like on training mode, like
Right.
Mhm.
not all those combos are true. Like it says it's true, it's not.
I feel like there are a
There's
lot better
nothing live.
resources now than others. That like
Yeah,
there's so many resources now that you can learn bread and butters. You can
Yeah,
get
like-
better bread and butters on lock in training mode right
Mhm.
now if you're gonna switch characters.
like I'm watching Tweak, I'm watching like Levin just because I want to start practicing PT, and like I understand like squirrel combos because of that. But like if I didn't have like internet or anything, I'd be stuck. I'm like, what am I doing? These aren't combos, are they? I don't know.
Mhm.
Like, you know, thank goodness for that. And then even in like, you can still like learn your habits. Like even if it's not like 1-to-1 with land play, there's still habits that like some people have. Like I have a habit. Radish exploits it all the time. I dash attack way too much. I do it all the time. I love dash attack, but he teaches me like, hey, stop doing that, even if it's online. You know, I'm like, all right, I'll slow it down. And then when you transfer that over to land playing, it's a lot better too.
Right.
Mhm.
I do think that playing an arena with another high level player can be a good practice still.
Yeah.
Because like you said, the discussion. Not necessarily because of the gameplay, but if you can discuss habits, it's never a bad thing.
Yeah. Elite Smash will never help you.
I agree.
But yeah, like you said, if I were to go to play with like Rashad or something like that, that'll help. But not if I go play some random Paolo player from Minnesota or something. I don't know, like
Little Timmy, who's off school right now.
exactly.
Who plays Wii Fit Trainer and just spams volleyball? Like,
Hey, that's a full mood though. I love Wii Fit.
I hate that game.
I want a world where we have
I
a
was
Wii Fit
almost
trainer.
so Wii Fit main. That's what didn't happen.
Thank goodness. Well, no. Actually, Luigi's worse. I hate Wii Fit. Wii Fit starts off as stuck with limit, dude. Oh, you're lagging that.
Deep breathing.
Deep breathing is limit.
It's so good.
You spawn with
Is it forward tilt kills at like 60?
You become so strong. It's crazy. I see Zedekai like deep random forward smash hit 40 and you die. I see Zedekai play sometimes. Love the guy. But I was like, out of frame, he like forward smash prophetic and he was like, he died at like 40. I was like, what?
I was literally going to mention that set. Like, as soon as you said his name, I was like, man, that set against prophetic at out of frame.
So stupid.
Like, it was
Getting angry.
It was some of the dumbest stuff that I've ever seen. Like,
it's funny.
What? And it's so demoralizing. Like, how do you mentally come back from that?
For me, when I get hit by that, I'm just like, nice. I think it's funny. It's dumb, but I'm like, my character's just as dumb, so I can't be mad at that. And when I die to misfire, because that always happens to me, Ismon knows my misfires are the worst in the world. When I die, I'm just like, it happens. That's me.
Yeah.
It has to
You know
happen.
the character.
Exactly.
It's bound to happen.
I don't get good misfires. If I get a misfire, I'm probably going to die from it.
Right.
It happens.
So, to wrap things up, definitely looking forward to normalcy. Hopefully this season. Hopefully we have a season 2 in 2020.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have a season 2 in 2020. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the episode, even with all the technical stuff. I will assure you that technical difficulties are to abound this season. It's not the first time or the last time I'll do something stupid.
And it happens.
It happens.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you, RadishKing, for coming on. Hopefully y'all
No problem.
join in and we'll see y'all next week for VGC 101 with Lou. Him and I already worked on the script for it. It's going to be hype as hell. That series is going to be really fun. There's so much to talk about with Pokemon. Like, there's.
Oh, it's crazy.
I would not know the first thing, but it's a lot.
That's perfect. Tune in Saturday. Tune in next Sunday. You'll know the first thing and a couple other things.
I want to get into it, but I can't.
It's a rabbit hole you're not ready for.
100% not. I'm not even ready for Smash, dude.
Before we go, Radish, do you have anything you want to plug? Social media, sponsors, Spawn Point?
Oh, I mean, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's just RadishKing3 because the first two were taken. Shout outs to, of course, my sponsor, Spawn Point, Princess SS, my boy Wormy. Love that guy.
Love that guy.
HM,
yes,
by the way.
Real homie.
We didn't mention it, but HM, LSG Wormy.
People were questioning that. I'm like, dude,
he's so good.
He has 2 Texas PR wins, and you're questioning it? Or are you?
Dude, I saw him beat Giddy. I was like, oh my god.
He beat Giddy and he beat Cosmo.
Yeah. He beat I was like, dude,
come on, bro.
People were like, Hobo Joe HM. No shade on Hobo Joe, but Wormy's over Hobo Joe. Come on.
Wormy's
Texas PR wins.
Wormy's forever slept on.
Love that.
Love you, Greg.
Yes.
All right. Continue your shout outs. Now that we did the Greg shout out.
That it for your shout out?
Your shout outs?
Oh, my turn. You can follow me at _StreetRat on Twitter. I have a YouTube channel now. It's newly made, 2 weeks old. It's Street Rat. There's a space in between. You can follow me on twitch.tv /street 2 underscores, 2 of them, rat. And then that's it. That's it for me. Follow the LSG stuff. We're making moves, all right? Even with everything going on, we're making moves. Tim is making moves. I'm trying to make moves. Rashad is making moves. We're all making moves.
Our 2 new players that we've had signed since February that we scheduled the announcement during freaking COVID. Like, we started talks with those guys in January. We signed them in February, get them all on board. Everything's a go for season 2. Season 2 is LSG season. We're gonna make moves. Wormy's gonna PR. Street Rat's gonna be PR. Sai, Nico. We're gonna be half the PR. It's gonna be Street Rat, Wormy, Sai, Nico, and Rashad's making the comeback. Like,
oh, Rashad! Oh, that guy's crazy.
I played against Rashad way too many times. We're not losing to any more snakes. No more Greninjas. No more Luigis. I got revenge for that. No more evil links. None of it. No more. I'm not losing to any characters.
Oh man.
Except Palutena. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We got time for that. Louisiana's best Palu. Best Palu in the Gulf Coast.
I don't want to think about that one. He bodied us.
It was bad.
That was bad, but that's fine. Whatever. That's why I'm picking up Dark Pit. You know what I'm saying?
You know how everybody memes about players having their power ups, like so and so's better off stream or better when he's MK Leo's better when he's down 0-2. Zai is definitely the off stream player. Like, if you ever go to a major with him, like low tier city or something, stand behind him. That man gave me a heart attack at standoff.
He's crazy.
The Zai versus Rashad set, game 5, last hit. 3 out of the 5 games were last hit. Every game was last stock. Like, those 2 were the death of me at that event. Like, obviously that was when only Rashad was signed, so I was like, okay, Avoid's gonna win this. No big deal. We're getting the top 8. No big deal, right? No. Zai had other plans. Like, the man is a madman. But
oh yeah, he's good.
Enough of that real quick. Follow LSG at Last Stock Gaming.
Yes.
You're already on the YouTube, hopefully. If you're not on the YouTube, why aren't you? Facebook, Last Stock Gaming. Twitter at Last Stock Gaming. Instagram at Last Stock Gaming. Like, it's easy. LastStockGaming.com. I've been working on the website. It still looks horrible, but it's almost
merch question mark?
Merch soon. There's a merch store that's in the drafts right now. We got
I'll buy merch. I'll buy some merch. Let's go.
We got some
sick.
We got some new stuff definitely in the works.
Some street hats.
And then me personally, because I'm a hoe, follow me at moo_SSB on Instagram, at moo_SSB on Twitter, at moo_SSB on Twitch, where you can find me leveling on WoW Classic with my mic muted for 2 hours. all kinds of only quality content.
Quality content.
You can watch me kill turtles for 5 hours straight if you want. Like I do all kinds of good stuff on my Twitch. We're aiming to stream 60 hours a week every week. Hopefully we get there. This week we did 48 hours, so it's looking good. Next week we have a schedule, and we're going to be live every single day on my Twitch, and then we'll be live here again next Sunday. Real quick, shout outs to King Zaddy. Follow him. Low K Music.
Oh yeah.
His track was the one we played in the intro. It wasn't the one he sent me, but it's one I liked better. It's just a jam. Definitely go follow him. It's Low K Music on Instagram and Twitter, and then Low K Films on YouTube. So definitely go check that out.
Very cool.
Follow us on Twitter at last.gaming, last.gaming.com, #LSG1, all that fun stuff. We'll see you all next Sunday. Earlier.
All right, thank you for having us.
1 p.m. next Sunday. So no Easter schedule next week. See ya.
Oh yeah. That's right. All right. See ya. Bye bye.
Yes. It was fun. Thank you.
Do we disconnect?
I'm trying to like low key put the music on, and I'm just screwing everything up. So we're just gonna get out of here. See ya.
It's fine. Hey.
Bye bye.